Hello, what is up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelsi if you are new here, and if you're returning, welcome. Hi, hello. What is going on? Today, can you see my friend? I tried to make it like fall themed even though it's 80 degrees outside and I'm like trying to wear a sweater and I'm like sweating. But I thought that was festive. You know, it's like cleaning day. It's Sunday. Let me just like jump right in really quick. It's Sunday, so it's cleaning day. The washer dryer are going. My dog is barking. There's football on, so I don't really have a lot of places to film in my apartment on a Sunday because I normally do this on Friday and it's much more calm. It's much more quiet. But on Sunday, that's not really the case. So this is the background that you guys are getting. I tried to make it festive. I hope you enjoy. Anyway, welcome if you are a returning viewer. Today is a weight loss vlog. Round of applause for me for finally filming it, for following through on what I said I was going to do. Hi, hello, I'm filming it. Yes, so if you are new here, I am trying to lose 100 pounds. This is a weight loss channel plus lifestyle. I originally started trying to film my weight loss progress, kind of fell off, kind of started posting like vlogs, lifestyle content, and now here we are. I do film weight loss vlogs, or I used to, once a week, and I would update on my progress, and then I kind of fell off because I started gaining weight. It was a whole thing. It was a disaster waiting to happen, and then it did happen, and so I stopped filming because I didn't want to update you guys on the monstrosity that was my progress. So I stopped. But then I just posted one, and now it's been 1 week since I posted that one, and I'm happy to report that I lost 4 pounds. There is a caveat here. So me and my fiance are doing the carnivore diet for a month. It's not a long-term diet, but we are doing it for a month. And last week was the first week that we did it. So this weight loss vlog is primarily going to be about the carnivore diet in the first week of that diet and how I feel, what's going on, the progress that I made, blah, 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 in relation to the carnivore diet, because that's what I'm doing right now. So if you think the carnivore diet is stupid, if you think that I'm going to, I don't know, my blood's gonna turn into gelatin and I'm gonna kill over, that's okay. It's not, again, not long term. This is an experiment. My fiance wanted to do it with me, or wanted me to do it with him, and I said okay. So that's what we're doing. This is my update post carnivore week 1. I have to say, I also want to mention actually that I did it strictly from Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, and today is Sunday. We had a birthday party on Saturday and we had a birthday party on Sunday, and it was very difficult to follow carnivore because both of the birthday parties were at, like, it was like around food, and we could have done it, I guess, if we were like really strict, but we weren't. So we did have things that weren't carnivore, so we'll see how that impacts our progress next week. But we are back on track. We knew that was going to happen because these events have been on our calendar for a long time, but we're just going to continue doing carnivore. Okay, so what I was saying, we had those parties, we knew about the parties, and we knew that we were going to have to like reset kind of, but we went into this knowing it, and so I really want to focus on Monday through Friday. To preface, before we started doing this, we were eating heavy sugar, heavy carbs, heavy, okay? Heavy. Like all day long, breakfast, lunch, dinner, heavy. So I was very nervous going into this. Carbs stick to my bones. I am addicted to sugar. I'm addicted to food. I have food noise all the time. I was very nervous. I don't love, like, I eat meat, but I don't love meat. I used to be vegan, so the thought of only eating meat was really disgusting to me. Like, I was not excited to go in to this diet. I wasn't excited to eat the meals. I was nervous that the cravings were going to make me feel terrible. I was nervous that I was going to feel bad. I was nervous that it was going to make like me feel weak, my blood sugar do weird stuff. Like I was really nervous. I thought I was going to fail. I was like very hesitant going into it, but I was determined to try it for a month. You can do anything for a month, right? Healthily, okay? But you can do anything for a month. I was like, if this doesn't work, if I feel terrible, I can stop doing it. It's not like I signed a contract or anything. So I was like, I can do it. We're doing it together. Get it together. We can figure it out. It was good. It was great. I loved it. Dare I say, I loved it. In the 5 days that we did it, my food noise reduced dramatically. If you're not familiar with what food noise is, it's essentially your mental state around food and thinking about food constantly. A lot of people that have unhealthy relationships with food or food addiction or disordered eating, a lot of those people have food noise, and then also there's other groups of people that have food noise too. I have really bad food noise. I have always had food noise. I am consistently talking about or thinking about food. What am I eating next? The calories, the macros, the sugar. Oh, I shouldn't eat that. Oh, I should eat that. Oh, I want to eat that. Like it's just constant in my head. I am just always thinking about food, and it's exhausting. You just go about your day always thinking about it, and it's so tiring to have that in the back of your head all the time, because like you have normal stuff that you're trying to do during the day, and then you add that on top of it. It's just very chaotic in your brain when you have so much food noise all the time, and it also makes it really hard to like maneuver around food because of all the noise that you have. It reduced my food noise more than anything has ever in my entire life. I will say though, I did start taking a medication that I kind of talked about this in my previous weight loss vlog, the one that I just posted, and I did start taking the medication. I don't know if it's placebo. I haven't researched it. I don't know if these kick in that fast, so I'm not sure if it's related to carnivore or if it's related to the medication I started taking. I don't know. But the food noise, I still have it. It's still there, but it's dramatically improved. Like, I cannot tell you how much better it is, and it's like refreshing. I was telling Zach about it, and it's just so refreshing to not be thinking about it all the time and to not be worried about it, and I feel so much better mentally about it. Second thing I want to point out, yes, obviously I have weight to lose, and this usually does help a lot of people lose a lot of weight very quickly, which I'm not trying to lose weight really quickly. That's not the goal. I'm trying to do this like long term, but if I can get some weight off, that would be awesome. Duh. But one thing I do want to mention is that I started this because Zach wanted to, and I wanted to do it with him. But the more research I did, some people were talking about their food addiction and how the carnivore diet helped their food addiction. And I wholeheartedly am addicted to food. It is my vice. It is the thing that I go to for comfort. It's the thing I go to if I'm sad, if I'm happy, if I'm excited, if I'm stressed. It is my thing. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. The food noise doesn't help. I like learning about it. I like trying new things. I like cooking. I like eating. I like big portion. Like I'm addicted to food, and I know that. And so not only am I trying to lose weight and I'm trying to be better about all of my choices and do all of these things, but I'm like fighting an addiction. But you can't just cut out food, right? That's impossible. So every single day I wake up and I'm like, okay, how do I navigate this situation where I have to eat food at least 3 times a day, but I know I'm addicted, and I know if I eat this certain thing, I'm gonna like go off the rails. This has helped me navigate that very, very well. I don't even know if that sentence made any sense, But for example, and this is like a very stupid example, and if you don't have a food addiction or if you don't struggle with binge eating, you're not going to know what I'm talking about, and this is going to sound like the dumbest example ever, but it was like a light bulb moment for me. We were sitting on the couch, me and Zach were sitting on the couch on Friday evening, and evening time is like a big binge time. It's a big time that I have a hard time regulating my decisions, and I have a really difficult time sticking to my goals and making smart choices in the evening specifically. So it's already a time where I'm like on edge, right? I don't feel on edge, first of all, in the evenings because I'm very satisfied and satiated by the time we get to the evening. It's after dinner, we've already eaten. Actually, no, we haven't eaten dinner, which is a big thing because normally I'll like snack and snack and snack and snack because I'm so starving before we eat dinner, and then I've eaten 2,000 calories before we even eat dinner. We haven't eaten dinner, we're sitting on the couch, we're like, okay, my mom got us this like popcorn, and we wanted to try it, and we're not gonna try something that somebody gifted us, right? We're not going crazy about it. So we opened the bag, and I had 3 little pieces. I like grabbed a little handful of the popcorn, and I was like, I'm gonna try this. And then Zach also tried some, and I tried it, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the flavor. It was like pumpkin spice kettle corn, I think, and I didn't like it, and I said, oh, I don't really like that. I don't want any more. I'm good, thanks. And he kept eating it, and he was like, yeah, it's good. And I didn't eat anymore. And I know the people who don't know what I'm talking about, they're like, okay, duh, you didn't eat anymore, you didn't like it. But the people who are bingers, the people who have a food addiction, if you know, you know, I normally would have kept eating it. I would have kept snacking. That habit of eating, that habit of putting things to my mouth, the habit of snacking, having something like in my mouth, eating while we were watching TV, hanging out, that's something that I crave, but I didn't do it. Sorry, my puppy. But I didn't feel the need. I didn't feel the urge to continue eating. I didn't like the food, and I stopped. And that has never happened to me before. I'm going to be completely honest with you. That's literally never happened to me. It was crazy. It was a crazy experience. I didn't know I was capable of stopping when I didn't like something, and I fully attribute that to the carnivore diet. And it was just a crazy experience, and it was something that I really needed to feel, and it was more of a feeling. And I noticed it right away, and me and Zach talked about it, and he was like, yeah, you would have never done that before. Like, that has never happened in my time with you. And I was like, well, it's never happened in my 25 years either. So it was crazy. It was a light bulb moment, seriously. And it was something that I really needed to feel. I needed to feel confident in myself, and that really helped. And that was a cool thing that happened. Third, I'm gonna lose track of these points, by the way, so if I say like third like 3 times, please ignore me. Third thing is I obviously lost 4 pounds in 5 days because I weighed on Monday and then I weighed on Friday, so you know, you do the math. But that's obviously a lot of weight at once, and most of the time it's water weight at first, which is fine. I mean, if the scale's going down, the scale's going down. I'm not asking questions. I do expect it to go up a little maybe, or maybe not go down as far because of this weekend's activities, which is totally fine. But that did make me feel very good. I need that satisfaction of seeing the number go down at first because it keeps me motivated, it keeps me going, and I got that this week, and that is amazing, and I'm very glad that I'm so happy that I saw the scale go down. And related to that, I stuck to my calorie goal every single day without issue. I didn't want to go over. I didn't feel my calorie goal is 1,500 calories for reference, and a lot of people say on the carnivore diet you don't need to track calories, but because I am trying to lose so much weight, I am keeping track of my calories, just because if my hunger goes unchecked, I will eat like 3,000 calories. I'm just a very hungry person, and even though I'm eating 1,000,000 grams of protein, that's no different. So I am tracking my calories. But I do want to say that I have never had such an easy time sticking to my calorie goals. It was very easy. I was very satisfied. There was only a couple times that I was like, man, I'm hungry. And it was just very easy for me to stick to it. And again, never experienced that before either. 1,500 calories is a lot lower than I was eating before, when I wasn't tracking calories. So it's quite a big jump down. It's a healthy range to be in, but I was like overeating a lot. So coming down to 1,500 is a big change for my body. So I am very hungry usually at 1,500, but not this week. It was fairly easy to stick to 1,500. There was a day that I went over to like 1,700, but that range is okay with me. If I get up to like 18, that's fine. I'm not worried about that. And if I was hungry, I was gonna have something, and that day I was just particularly hungry, so I ate. And the protein, I was getting so much protein. I felt so satisfied. I know I've said that like 4 times, but I felt so satisfied. It was crazy. It was just really crazy. And another thing, it was so easy to make the meals. And usually I like meal prep sort of for me and Zach, and it was so quick. Like dinner was so easy to make. It was so fast to make lunches. Like it made so much sense. And it was so fast to make dinner. And we were able to spend more time together, and I wasn't like as stressed in the kitchen because Riggs, like our puppy, goes crazy at night, and it was just easy at nighttime. And everybody needs some easy days sometimes, and this was easy. One negative I do have to report. The headaches kicked in for me, and for everybody it is a little bit different, but like I was saying in the beginning, we were very heavy sugar, like heavy sugar all the time. So I was very much expecting the sugar cravings to kick in, and like the sugar like headaches, and the I think it's called like the carnivore flu, but really if you just go off sugar, you're gonna kind of feel bad. I was really expecting that to kick in faster than it did, but it really kicked in about Thursday, and I felt horrible. My head hurt so bad on Thursday and on Friday, and nothing I did helped. I did drink some electrolytes on Friday, and that helped a little bit, but not really. Like, I just felt bad, and I knew that was gonna happen. And unfortunately, you kind of just have to push through. And I'm kind of scared that I undid some of that, because obviously this weekend I had dessert yesterday and we had like normal food today. So I had sugar today. So I'm not sure if it like starts over. I don't know. I'll update you guys next week if I have to go through this again. But watch out for that, because I did not feel good. I felt very bad. For some people that lasts a long time. For other people it's only a couple days until your body like adjusts to not having as much sugar, or any sugar really. I was eating a little bit of fruit, like a little bit. I'm talking, I had like a container of raspberries the whole week. So I did have a little bit of sugar, but not a lot. And boy, did I feel it. So that is one thing. If you do want to try this, even if you only do it for a week, just kind of monitor that and kind of expect it. Make sure you get enough water. That is one thing. We really had to up our water. We're so thirsty all the time because you are getting a lot of salt and a lot of fat, so you need a lot of water to supplement that. And you need it. I'm thirsty all the time, constantly. So I'm getting a lot of water in, and the electrolytes, like I was saying, we like the Element ones. They are a little bit expensive, but they are the best in my opinion. I don't think they have any sugar or anything, and we get them on Amazon, and they have a bunch of good flavors. Those I like those the best, but sometimes we try other ones too. But I don't know if you're supposed to have those every day. I think Zach drinks one every day, but I just do them like supplementally supplementally, is that a word? Probably not. I supplement with those sometimes if I'm feeling a little dehydrated. Like right now, I need some water to flush out my system a little bit from today and yesterday's behaviors, if you know what I'm saying. I need to be a little more hydrated going into the week. But overall, it was a very good experience. I kind of wish Zach had a YouTube channel so he could tell you his experience, because it was very different than mine and it was not as positive. Just a little sneak peek. He did not have as good of a time as I did, but overall, I had a really positive experience. I felt amazing, other than the headache. The headache sucked. It was not good. Felt terrible. Horrible. Do not recommend. But other than that, I felt great. I had a lot of energy. I was feeling good. It was just a very refreshing start, and I'm excited to do it again for another week. And I did actually post a meal plan. I don't know if this is going to go up first or if that's going to go up first. Maybe this. But at some point there is a meal plan that went up, so you can kind of see what we've been eating. I also will post what I eat in a day from last week and this week, so you can see exactly what we're eating. And I think that's all the updates I have. We're on week 2. We're going into week 2. We have 2 more weeks. I have no idea what we're going to do after that. We are headed into the holiday season, so things might get a little complicated. We might transition into the animal-based diet from carnivore, which includes more food. The list of food is longer that you can have on the animal-based diet, and then you kind of like add stuff back in and see how your body reacts to it and how it makes you feel, and then kind of go from there. So that might be what we do, but for now we're doing strict carnivore and we're loving it, or I'm loving it. I don't know about him, you have to ask him, but I'm loving it and I'm excited to do it another week. And that's my weight loss vlog. So the official update, 4 pounds down, 96 more to go, because we're starting from scratch. So all the progress in those old videos, yeah, I undid that really quick. We have officially 100 again, but now 96. So we have 96 more pounds to lose, and I'm excited to see what happens next Friday. So I will see you guys in my next video, and I will update you guys next Friday in my weight loss vlog. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, whatever day it is when you're watching this. If you are new here, subscribe if you want to join me on this journey, or if you're interested in carnivore or in my life, I don't know. And if you've already subscribed, thank you very much. I really appreciate each and every one of you, and I'm excited to see my little community grow, or our little community. I didn't do anything. But yeah, comment down below, I don't know, if you've ever tried the carnivore diet, or if you're interested in trying it, or if you've ever done anything similar, like the animal-based or anything. Just let me know how you're feeling about it. Let me know what's going on. And yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling. I don't have anything else important to say. I will talk to you guys in my next one. Love you. Bye.